Hello YouTube and welcome to another video. Today I am going to showcase my Natural Disasters deck. So this deck gets that name because it's got Storm, who on reveal will flood the location, and the next turn is the last turn cards can be played here. And then, oh, hope I click the right card. And Quake. I will, if it's played in the middle location, will swap the location. Um, Quake card you're not going to see very often. Kind of useless, more of just a fun card, which I enjoy the fun cards. So I have Quake in here with Storm to potentially, the point I want to do is I storm either left or right. When you storm, your opponent will typically then play into that lane. So then hopefully you're winning the middle lane once you throw Quake down. And if it's turn 4, maybe Quake and Colossus I have in here, Quake and Deadpool, Quake and Sunspot. Might have one of them in there already and then can play the other one alongside Quake, to where then when you jumble the locations, the flooded location jumps into the middle. And they said hopefully they have played into the flooded location, and then that gives you the win in that one. Um, it's a, you know, just a fun interaction that I've done a couple times. It's kind of neat happens, but either way too, sometimes you can jumble around locations and just do it. So it can unexpected from your opponent usually. I would say usually, probably all the time. It feels good when it works. So those are the two main in the deck. I do typically still like to win, so I do have in this one to try to really shut down the opponent is kind of a Daredevil package. Daredevil on turn 5, you get to see your opponent's plays, and that pairs well with Spider-Man. On reveal, your opponents can't play in a location on the next turn, and Professor X that just completely locks down a location. So depending on what the locations look like, if Professor X wins it to me, he can completely shut it down. If I might be slightly behind in one, I can throw Spider-Man down and then work either a Doc Ock, or if I need G in it, or Maximus, like that, um, to win that one. So yeah, other cards in it: Shang-Chi on reveal, destroy all enemy cards at the location that have 9 or more power. A Cosmo to shut down on reveal abilities at a location, which pairs well with Maximus, who is a 3/7, but your opponent draws 2 cards. So if you don't get your Cosmo, Maximus is a pretty good turn 6 play, just to give yourself a quick 7, and then I can pair that. If I need to Cosmo, then just the way the cards run in Cosmo Maximus for 10 power, and at the 10 power out potentially. Then also have Crossbones. You can only play them in locations where you're winning. So kind of works pretty well after Spider-Man. If Spider-Man puts you up by a little bit, you can kind of pin that one down pretty easily with Crossbones, and then you'll have the Colossus, the Daredevil out. Do have a Sunspot in here well at the end of each turn, gain +1 power for each unspent energy. Pairs well with Storm. I don't really have your typical Jessica Jones flooded, who Jessica Jones, as long as you don't play at that location the next turn, turns into a 4/8. So if I can get a Sunspot in there, I can then soak up some energy if I have to. And then, as I said, Professor X, and then Doc Ock, which pulls 4 random cards from your opponent's hand to their side of location. Doc Ock is a card that I kind of hated for a little bit because you'd lose a lot. And then I realized you shouldn't necessarily play Doc Ock to win a location unless you maybe have the Cosmo in there, or Shuri's Lab or something like that, so you can turn this into power. But more of just a disruption card, to where then if they have a completely empty lane for some reason, you can fill it, and it just messes up their play after that. The Doc Ock I would play more for disruption than more so to like, all right, I'm going to win this lane by putting a Doc Ock into. So you'll see, I got my pair of Quake and Storm, and after that, it's just kind of a bunch of disruption and annoying cards. Really, I probably should throw in a Chantius in here just for fun, and Crossbones just because I kind of like them. And 4/8's good stats, and if you're already winning a location, pretty good, because then turn 6 you might be able to get a Crossbones and losses in Crossbones, and then you could Quake if you something like um or if there's a super flow, maybe we can Crossbones and Maximus, who knows. But then lane shutter downs, destroy their stuff, kind of annoy them, mess up their play line. and hopefully get to hit my pretty combo of Storm, Quake, and works out for the best. So with that said, jump into some gameplay. Did probably hear the pitter patter of my dog walking in the background, and I do see my deck tracker has not updated yet, probably because I didn't start a game. Usually I play a game beforehand, and I made the mistake of not doing that now, so it should update in a little bit. I do apologize for that. So I didn't get my sunspots. I know turn one play for me. So yeah, that's one with this you don't typically get. Yeah, right now it's Space Throne 2 being the featured location. Not the best for us. But if someone has, like a Hulk that they want to slam into there or something like that, we can then shut it down on turn 5. I do kind of want to draw cards. I don't have my Quake. I don't necessarily want to play Storm, jumble things up just yet. We'll play Colossus. 0. What's this going to be? Deep, interesting. 0 into Demon. I mean, I guess you just want to throw 9 power into there. It works. All right, so here's going to be something I'm going to try with Quake. We're going to play Quake here, and hopefully Quake lands in the Shadowland. They're already at -4, so if they don't put anything else into there, this will lock up this one for us. Quake lands in Asgard over here. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but I got a 50-50 shot of this landing where I want to. Doesn't really matter too much to me. Obviously, I love my Colossus on space. So now I just gave him a win there, unfortunately. I will draw the cards, thankfully. But yeah, you can see I just gave him a win on this location. So it's a danger in Quake there. But it was worth the shot. Still does sort of mess up what they were doing to a certain extent. Like they did just burn an Enchantress on a Colossus. So not the worst thing in here. I obviously can't add anything into there. That's the one thing, with it would make a little sense for me to put like a blue marble or something like that into where I can add power into the flooded location, but trying to do a little bit more out of the box with. You're not going to kill. You're going to try to send something to. I have priority. I'll still have the lead there, so I can play my Crossbones, Sunspot to add 10 power into here, so I'm thinking to try it. So yeah, this shouldn't work, which I guess it wouldn't matter anyways if it did, but we'll shut that down. So yeah, you know what? I'm probably best doing this. So it's the same amount of power. That's 8, 9. That'd still be 10, and now at least it'll shut down if they were trying to do something here. No, that should give us one. There we go. First one. So can't say the Quake won it or lost it for us. So it was just kind of fun. Obviously, the Daredevil package is kind of the one that's going to make it give us our win, and it worked out there. And then 10 power, not the best to throw on a turn 6, but since I had priority, having the Cosmo there, very helpful to shut down depending on what they wanted. Not a ton, honestly, on reveals they could have done there that would have mattered much, because but Doctor Doom couldn't add into other locations or anything. Hulkbuster, I guess there'll be some kind of destroy deck, which then with destroy decks, Doc Ock can be very good against destroy decks. If they haven't played their big card yet, you could potentially pull in the big cards, and if you're lucky, I shut this down. I have priority. Then gives them 3 Hulks, and I can't use my. But it does mess up their play a little bit. We're gonna run this. A little bit of a dangerous here because now I'm giving them these. No, I can't win Gamma Lab. I want to try this Quake play. so I could technically Quake that. We're gonna do it again, just for fun. Come on. 2 games in a row. We'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. So, actually, most likely still have some kind of destroy. Probably shouldn't have done that. Now that I think about it, they probably still have some kind of destroy. And as I was saying before, you could potentially screw them by pulling a destroy in. Of course, I'm thinking about that now. Oh, I'm also silly that this wasn't a Cosmo anymore. Multiple mistakes by me on there. I should have realized this was no longer a Cosmo, so I actually could have Shang-Chi over there. You got my Doc Ock. They have priority, so it would still pull in. Can't get that win over there. I'm gonna do this, and so then it'll pull in all 4 of these, then shuts the lane down. And it'll give me, so they'll only have 10. Oh no, it might not pull them all. I want him to pull in the Professor X, really. If you pull in the Professor X, I'm kind of golden here. I need the one that I wanted. I guess pulling in the Shang-Chi would help if I could speak. Works. So I guess I can still throw Professor X in here next turn. Not that that's super useful. You get to draw the 2 cards. Misplays on here. I really should have killed this one, and you got the 10. Now that's wasted over there. Now we have 7 turns. Kind of screwed myself here, if I'm being honest. What do I have left? Cards left. What are they? Storm. Storm, Crossbones. Tracker. Spider-Man. None of them will give me 10 there. I can stay this for 1 more cube, so I can try to math it. They now can't play anything. 9 down. 3. Oh my god, is that only 8? No. I won that. Right? 18. 23. Oh, that stinks. That stinks. I played that. I guess I would have been in the lead. But didn't matter. Oh, it stinks. Yeah, we're gonna have to back out. So yeah, I probably should have won that one. I messed myself up with that Quake Cosmos situation. Could have destroyed all those. The Bozo Bird. Right, hopping into another one though. Hopefully, I can make this one work. That one's on me. Surely on me. Lots of different things I could have done there, and I probably would have won. The worst opening hand. You'll see, I probably won't snap really with this one either. Not a deck I really snap with. Probably should anytime I see Daredevil, Professor X, just because typically win yourself a lane pretty easily. That one. And mad at myself. Should have been a win. Obviously, only 2 cubes, and cubes really matter, but still should have had that one. Tried to get too fancy. Sometimes you just can't get too fancy. All right, now I really can't play. And it stinks. So yeah, when you see locations like this, yeah, nothing to push power into here at all. So I really gotta hope I can get some leads at the beginning. I can get crossbones and play over here. Super scroll. You get on, and actually, one good thing about Crossbones too, outside of Shang-Chi range, I can never say his name. Only a 4/8, so don't have to worry. Five. Two that I can play on turn 5. I find filling the raft to be really of kind of utmost importance. There's so many 6-cost cards that if you could drop them down for 0, absolutely crazy. I can take this chance. I have priority, so whatever they draw. Think. Right. Wasp and hit. Okay. Good play. And I guess now my Doc Ock, I think 13. So I'm up by 6 here. If I go to 13, they have to go to what, 19? 20 to win. They didn't skip, so they don't have a. Can add more. Don't have a Infinite that they can play. There you have it, folks. The raft giving them the win. 0 cost Magneto, which I probably should drop someone and throw Magneto in this deck because throwing behind Cosmo is great, but a nice 0 cost Magneto, giving them the win. We'll play one more, just because you like this deck, even though it's not the best, and I really want to get this Quake and Flooding attempt even. I still haven't even gotten the 2 of them. Turn 3, 4. To try to do what created this deck to do, fortunately. Play middle. I try to flood here. I don't know, whatever. I've seen Storm even in one of these games too. One of them was drawn like turn 5 or 6, which is kind of useless then for Storm at that point. Unless you're running like a Cerebro 2 deck, then it doesn't matter. Guess I'm gonna have to run this. Daredevil down, which definitely helps. They gotta run in a move deck and they get vision. Ain't that some is. Now the question is, even though I'm losing this, I want to lock it down. Or if they don't move here, I can lock down Space Throw. Will be the way. We'll assume Vision's coming this way. It will show me if they move. To get my Cosmo that can stop a Heimdall. Actually, play you here. They'll move you out, and then you have 8. If I draw my Doc Ock, I can shut this down, and we'll just Doc Ock over here because I have to assume they don't have anything higher than 10. A lot of stuff. Got here. Cloak to where you can move. Dagger over here. That puts him up 17. Yeah, I don't want to move stuff. Turn. So they'll still be able to move the dagger over. So they're gonna move dagger over. I don't think I can win this. So they're gonna move dagger over. And I get my Doc Ock. That's annoying. Dagger over. Probably Heimdall here for 8. 6. Nothing I can do to that. Viking's not useful. That only puts me at 8 there. Kind of wish I shut this on that there. But yeah, probably should have Professor X over there instead of praying that I got my. Oh, but I have priority. If their Heimdall got tagged by Wakandan embassy, it would be 10. Not that this is useful. I'm gonna do that. Tell me you got tagged. Oh, even better. No way. Ha 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 ha. Gotcha. And there you have it. All right. I would not have expected a Magneto in this deck at all. I did get a little lucky there. Definitely did not expect a Magneto. Was kind of praying that the Heimdall got tagged because I would have put Heimdall to 10 and said they had priority. Shang-Chi. Um, that is a game you should have retreated in. Very, very lucky to win. My percentage of winning that was probably like, if you started running numbers and what they typically would have had, and they would have had to have Heimdall in hand at the beginning of turn 2. It's not even after the draw does this go off. So got very lucky there. Should have put the Professor X over here. Would have been winning this one 5-3. We're still at 26 or 21. They would have been at 17 still here. Probably would have then just played Spider-Man here. So we still would have been at 26. They would have been 5 more because they probably would have moved Vision over here, put the Magneto there. So they would have been at 22. So we still would have won. Still would have worked out for us if we did that play line, which would have been the safer play line. I kind of took a chance that I was going to get my Doc Ock, which if I did, we would have lost because that would have been a 10 to his 12. So kind of worked out for us in the end there. That day we did the Doc Ock. Yep, there you have it. This is my Natural Disasters deck. Didn't get to showcase what's made for. I do actually have a short up that it's after I did it, but you can notice where Flooded is and Storm is and where my Quake is, and it did actually help us win that one. So you can go check out my shorts to find that. But there you have it. Fun deck. Again, not the best. Really only made it because there's one combo that I want to do that you can see. Didn't even see Storm again. 4 games. I saw her, twice? Quake, I saw a couple more times, and you saw Quake. Because I wanted to play Quake versus really kind of thinking through what was going to happen. Lost that one. But, fun one. Let me know how you felt. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell would be great. Anything you do to help push me into the algorithm and get some views up. How you do.